Good evening, I'm Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. CPN Maui Centre decides to withdraw its support given to Koshi Province government to stake claim for the formation of an alternative government and demands for a special session. Speaker's efforts to clear the obstruction created by Nepali Congress and the lower house unsuccessful. Discussion held by top brass leaders of four major parties ends inconclusive. 94 people dead, including children, and 26 missing after a ferry boat capsizes off the northern coast of Mozambique. And Sudarpasm province thumps Lumbin province by 110 runs to reach the finals of women's cricket under the first inter-province national sports tournament. CPN Maui Centre has made an exit from the Koshi Province government. Maui Centre's parliamentary party meeting held today decided to withdraw its support extended to Chief Minister Kedar Karki-led Koshi provincial government. After receiving information that Chief Minister Karki was sacking a minister, Maoist ministers, right after the conclusion of the parliamentary party meeting, reached the office of the Chief Minister. Social Development Minister Rajendra Karki, Forest and Environment Minister Ganesh Upreti, and Drinking Water, Irrigation and Energy Minister Naren Bahadur Magar, representing CPN Maui Centre, all tendered their resignations to Chief Minister Karki today. CPN Maui Centre and CPN UML today handed the province governor a letter regarding the withdrawal of support to the provincial government application, demanding to hold a special session and also claim their stake for the possibility of forming an alternative government. Nepali Congress has warned of halting the meeting of the House of Representatives scheduled for tomorrow. The main opposition party is firm in its stance to obstruct the parliament meeting until a parliamentary committee is formed to investigate Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Ravi Lamichhane, who has been drawn into controversies related to fraud of cooperatives. At the meeting of top brass leaders of four major parties called by Speaker Devraj Khimire at Singadarbar earlier today, Nepali Congress said that it would hold the meeting of the lower house until a committee is formed to investigate the Home Minister. Leaders of the ruling alliance parties have urged Nepali Congress not to obstruct parliamentary proceedings. However, they have rejected to form a committee to investigate the Home Minister. Top brass leaders that participated in the meeting were Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal, Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Dewa, CPN UML Chair KP Sharma Oli, and Chairperson of Rashtra Swatantra Party Ravi Lamichhane himself. Today's office bearers meeting of Nepali Congress has decided to continue with its demand to form a parliamentary committee for the investigation on cooperatives fraud, in which Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Ravi Lamichhane is allegedly involved. The meeting of Nepali Congress officials and former office bearers held at the residence of Party President Sher Bahadur Dewa in Budalkanta decided to continue with the demand for the formation of a parliamentary committee to investigate the involvement of the Home Minister. The party has called its parliamentary party meeting at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. It has been informed that tomorrow's meeting will make clear Nepali Congress's role at the parliament. The meeting of the lower house is scheduled for tomorrow as well. Nepali Congress has been obstructing the parliament in protest of making Rashtra Swatantra Party's chair Ravi Lamichhane the Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister, despite being alleged of involvement in the cooperatives fraud. Since the formation of the new government, Nepali Congress has been demanding investigation on the Home Minister. Today's meeting of Nepali Congress also discussed on the vacant post of the Vice Chair at the National Assembly, among other issues. Welcome back. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, why is the government delaying in clearing the dues of dairy farmers even after reaching an agreement? Your options are A, disrespecting farmers, B, not in priority, and C, produce milk not sold. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for international update. At least 94 people have died, including children, and 26 are missing after a ferry boat capsized off the northern coast of Mozambique. The vessel was an overloaded fishing boat and was not licensed to transport people. The boat was ferrying people from Lunga in Nampula province to Mozambique Island, and initial reports indicated that it was hit by a tidal wave. The passengers were fleeing a cholera outbreak, according to state broadcaster TVM. Videos posted on social media showed many bodies lying on a beach and some people carrying the bodies of children. Mozambique and other countries in the southern Africa have been battling cholera outbreaks since last year. Now, Palestinians are continuing to return to Khan Yunis, searching for their homes in the rubble after Israeli troops left the southern Gaza City. Israel has said the withdrawal of troops does not mean the war is over. Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner said that Israel's military mission in the immediate area may be complete, but there were more operations that needed to be conducted elsewhere in the Strip. The pullout is being interpreted as tactical rather than a sign the war may be moving closer to its end. Palestinians have described Khan Yunis as having suffered complete destruction, saying that there is hardly anything left of the city. Meanwhile, truce talks between Israel and Hamas appear to have stalled, with unnamed Israeli and Hamas officials telling various news outlets no agreement has been reached so far. International pressure for a ceasefire is mounting, particularly after 7 aid workers were killed in Gaza last week by an Israeli strike. US President Joe Biden has said Israel must make changes in how the war is being waged to avoid civilian deaths. The Israeli military has announced earlier today that it has successfully eliminated a senior Hezbollah commander in an airstrike on southern Lebanon. Officials at North Gaza's Kamal Adwan Hospital have said that a recent shipment of medical aid is not enough to treat patients, most of whom suffer from malnutrition, according to doctors and families. Despite the arrival of a shipment of medicine on Saturday, the hospital's PR director said most children cannot be treated due to a lack of nutritious food and specialized treatments. Securing aid has become a life or death scramble in Gaza during a 6-month-old Israeli ground and air campaign that has killed more than 33,000 Palestinians. Israel is carrying out the offensive in retaliation for a Hamas attack on southern Israel on the 7th of October last year, in which some 1,139 people were killed and over 200 people taken hostage. On April 9, the European Court of Human Rights in Strasbourg, France, will hand out rulings on 3 separate climate cases. The first to be decided by the court, where applicants have argued that government inaction on climate change violates human rights. All 3 cases are being decided by the court's top bench, the Grand Chamber, which only hears cases that raise serious questions about interpretation of the 1953 Convention on Human Rights. The verdicts, which cannot be appealed, will set a precedent for future litigation on how rising temperatures impact people's right to a livable planet, from the very young to the old, and are expected to be watched by other judicial bodies and climate litigation observers globally. The court heard all 3 cases last year. In the first case to be heard, thousands of elderly Swiss women have argued that their government's woefully inadequate efforts to fight global warming puts them at risk of dying during heat waves. The women's lawyers are seeking an ambitious ruling that could force Bern, the Swiss capital, to cut carbon dioxide emissions much faster than planned, ensuring levels are net negative against the 1990 levels by 2030. Their case cites a UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report, which found that women and older adults are among those at highest risk of temperature-related mortality during heat waves, and uses the applicants' medical records to show their vulnerability. In another case, 6 Portuguese youths are suing 32 European countries for allegedly failing to avert catastrophic climate change that they say now threatens their right to live. They point to climate change-fueled impacts such as wildfires. The David versus Goliath case does not ask for financial compensation, but for governments to cut emissions more drastically. In the third case, Damien Karim, a former mayor of the French commune of Grand-Saintes, is challenging France's refusal to take more ambitious climate measures. A win in any of the cases could set precedent and could embolden more communities to bring similar cases against governments. Equally, a loss for the claimants could have a chilling effect on future cases. Some of the countries involved have argued that the cases are inadmissible. A half-dozen other climate cases have been put on hold by the Strasbourg court pending the 3 rulings. Sudarpasm province thumped Lumbin province by 110 runs to reach the finals of women's cricket under the first inter-province national sports tournament. In the semi-final played at Gautam Buddha International Stadium in Bharatpur today, Sudarpasm elected to bat first and posted a challenging total of 185 runs in the stipulated 20 overs, losing 4 wickets. Bindu Raul and Samachar scored half-centuries for Sudarpasm. Bindu top scored with 64 runs of 49 balls, hitting 1 6 and 7 fours, while Samachar smashed 51 runs of 26 balls with the help of 8 fours. Saraswatipun claimed a wicket for Lumbini. Chasing a victory target of 186 runs, Lumbini were able to score 75 for the loss of 9 wickets in 20 overs. Ranju Shrestha scored 15 runs, Saraswatipun added 13 and Lakshmi Chaudhary chipped in 10 runs. The remaining Lumbini batters failed to reach double figures. Lakshmi South was the pick of the Sudarpasm bowlers, grabbing 2 wickets at the expense of 12 runs in her 4 overs. Sudarpasm province will now clash against Koshi province in tomorrow's final. Men's cricket under the first inter-province national sports tournament organized by Sports Development Council Bagmati is scheduled to start from this Wednesday. Silver medalist in karate at the 19th Asian Games, Erika Gurung has been felicitated in the US along with a cash amount of $7,011. She had bagged the gold medal in the US Open just a week ago. She was felicitated with Champion Martial Arts Dojo Award. She had won a historic silver medal in the Asian Games last September. She was also the winner in the 68 kilograms weight category of the South Asian Karate Championship organized by Nepal Karate Association. Erika, who was also the winner at the World Karate Championship, has been winning medals in recent time. She is the only Nepali karate player to win a silver medal at the Asian Games. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.